What is up, everybody? Welcome. That was probably really loud. To Coffee and Crypto, the channel. It is the first official day. New channel name. End of an era, beginning of a new one. It is going to be good. There's going to be a lot of things that are similar to the old show. I just want to make sure you guys understand there's not everything changing, but some things will. It's going to be really exciting. Just so you guys know what's going to be talking about today. Obviously, Bitcoin and Ethereum prices are going down as we speak. Bitcoin, I'm looking at it, is at 23,400. Why is that? Why is Ethereum dropping? It's going down, kind of approaching 1,800. We're going to talk about all of that and more, but unlike normal shows where we kind of start off with market polls, we go into some TA, we have a discussion, the new channel, this new channel is going to kind of just live around you guys. So the new format, we're going to have our introductions. We're going to introduce this team. We're going to have some fun. We're going to get our coffee because this is coffee and crypto. Crypto's coming, but right now we need some coffee. Get ourselves going. We're going to do about 20 minutes market polls. We're going to do 20 minutes of technical analysis. And then the last 20 minutes is going to be nothing but engaging with you guys, responding to questions, responding to comments. We're going to have games in the future that we're playing during that segment because this is all about the community. We would not be here. This would not be a new era without all of you guys. So before we get going, smash that like button for yourself. And if this is your first time here, welcome. Welcome to the first show of Coffee and Crypto, the channel. Consider hitting that subscribe button and joining us day in and day out as we go through the markets, have some fun, show you guys what's happening so that you can make informed decisions, so that you can live that hashtag FinSov life. If you don't know what that is, chat, let them know what FinSov is. With that being said, though, I'm joined by, you guys know them. You guys love them. I got Tshroom to my right. I got Smay in front of me that I can't see today because he's got a monitor covering his face. How are you gentlemen doing this morning?
Too blessed to be stressed, Tim.
Whoa, it's new.
That's
new
right.
show, new quote.
That's right.
That shirt looks nice, by the way.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, we'll have to talk about that shirt here a little bit later.
We're going to have to pump up that enthusiasm here, Tshroom. How do you feel about that shirt?
Oh, I feel great. Smay, how you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, guys. And guess what? This is a little weird. Guess who's standing? I'm nimble now. I'm free. I've been released from the grasp of chairs. Ooh. My butt is now no longer under the stress of a year, like literally, Tim, a year of show. I mean, actually more than a year at this point. A year and 8 months?
Yeah.
A year and 8 months of doing Coffee and Crypto. And now I'm finally standing during a show. I got a little jealous of Tim, so I decided to take it on. But in honor of my new standing position, because I'm free. Look at this. I'm free. Look, I can do this.
Whoa. Where'd he go?
Whoa.
I can do this. In honor of now standing position, I am now going to read some green names.
Do it to it.
Oh my gosh, guys. This is the beginning of a new era. And I had my coffee this morning, and I would like to say, I don't know if I appreciate the fact that Tim is using my mug the day that I decided to wear my Jurassic Park shirt, and he's using my Jurassic Park mug.
You gifted it to me.
But I did not. No, that is my favorite mug. I did not gift that to you.
You did.
No, you're borrowing it.
Same thing.
Okay. So
we can talk about it later.
Yeah. So what am I gonna do? Oh gosh, he's tainting it with his lips. Anyways, what I'd like to do is read some green names here. So we got Sean Burns Jr., Kevin Grims, Queen, Adam Rourke, Ricardo Venegas, Siobhan Golay, Alien, JoJo, Tyler Main, Knowledge is Deep, Justin Eubanks. We got Win Peoples. We got Freedom Advocate. We got all kinds of great people. We got Siobhan Golay. We got Brad Gatto. We got CW, as in the channel that makes really crappy DC shows. I think, obviously, I'm not talking about CW like that. I think you're a great guy, CW. Anyways, we got who else we got here? We got Elliot Locke. We got Adam Rourke. We got, let's see, who else? Silent, Crypto AI. That's so many great people. I love all of you guys. And then shout out to our grandmasters. We got Tom Wilkes. We got Matt C. We got so many of you great grandmasters. I love all of you guys. But anyways, back to you, Tim.
Yeah, anyone asking in chat what those green names are, those are our members, which, by the way, we're going to be we're gonna create new names for our membership channel. So stay tuned. We're gonna ask you guys for suggestions. We're gonna recommend some things to you. Should we go coffee related? Like, should we do? I saw someone suggesting coffee sizes, small, medium, large, or grande. I don't know all the different languages of different sizes of coffee cups. I don't go to Starbucks
grande,
that often.
venti. The other one.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have different
Tall.
options. We want your guys' suggestion on what that's gonna look like. But I do have an announcement, and this is not just for the members. This is for everybody. So real quick, go to my screen real quick.
Oh, I would love to
and
do
then
that.
I want you to go back and forth between my screen and when Tshroom goes back to his. I don't know why Tshroom walked.
Yeah,
away
why are
from
you
his
walking away,
I
T-shirt?
was putting my shoes back on.
Show that shirt one more time. Is that not a beautiful looking shirt?
It's a good shirt.
Go back to my screen here real quick, guys. This is our merch site, and there's some great things on here. Some great shirts. One of my favorites is Smay Versus Crypto Beard. That one's never going away, no matter what. I love that shirt.
Oh, and Smay Ladder, of course.
Smay Ladder. You can't get rid of Smay Ladder shirts or coffee mugs either.
Limited
but here
edition.
is the cool announcement. If you want to go purchase these things right now, you absolutely can. Go ahead and do it. There's a link in the description down below. But on Friday, we are doing a giveaway. 5 lucky winners will get to pick any of these items that they want for free. And if you're like, Tim, I want one of those merch items, this is how you're going to do it.
Really?
You got to first be subscribed to the channel.
Oh?
Then you got to comment on either today or tomorrow's live stream, not chat. Go into the comment section and tell us how you found the channel and finish it off with a hashtag FinSolve. And you and 4 other lucky winners will be entered to win a free merch item. So if that is something you want, make sure you participate.
May I make a suggestion there, Tim? I'm going to be honest with you guys. You looked at that beautiful selection of merch. I would say if you guys want to be a really cool guy, I would get some of those FinSoft shirts and wear them around town. Why? Because now you guys can have a conversation starter. Hey, man, what's hashtag FinSoft? And then you get to tell them about the good news of FinSoft. So this is why I would suggest, if you win this contest, go get some FinSoft merch. It's brand new. It's beautiful. Look at Tshroom wearing it. He looks so good.
This is the one I want. Go to my screen again. Look at this navy one right here, or this nice teal one. Those are some good-looking shirts.
That's a good little teal shirt right there.
That's actually like
I
cream
love
color.
that
That's good
cream.
too.
I love
Holy
the
cow!
cream color.
That is.
Ooh.
I'm gonna enter.
You're gonna enter?
And
Well, I think you can just buy it as well if you want to buy it.
Very cool.
Maybe.
Illustrious threads.
well,
But here's what I would like to say, real quick, Tim. This is what I'd like to say, real quick, Tim.
what would you like to say?
I'd like to say real quick that this show is brought to you by Hedge. Sorry, I was playing the banner because you got to find it. Anyways, this show is brought to you by Hedge. Let me tell you something real quick. All right, if you're sitting there thinking, "Oh man, how do I just get crypto magically deposited into my cold wallet?" Well, go no further than Hedge. Hedge is the premier crypto payroll conversion solution in the crypto space. Literally, it's so great. You don't even have to get your employer to sign on board with this. All you have to do is put in your details, boop, 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 and now they can convert a percentage of your payroll into cryptocurrency, right? So you can put 10%, 25%, or if you're really bold, 50%, 75%, whatever, into crypto, and it gets deposited into the wallet of your choice, whether that be a warm wallet, aka a hot wallet, or a cold wallet, or an exchange. You can have it deposited there, and you guys can start DCAing without even having to go to any exchange. It is the best company in crypto, and I'm telling you guys, it is the future, okay? Getting paid in crypto, start now. Be ahead of the curve when everyone starts getting paid in crypto.
ahead of the curb.
Ahead of the curb. Yeah, get ahead of the curb and the curve. The curved curb is what you're gonna get ahead of.
So what
They're
I
the
want,
ones that jump out and get you.
So what I want you guys to do is pretend that I said curve instead of curb. All right. So anyways, I want you guys to check out Hedge. Link description. And hedgehogs are cute, so why not?
They are.
It's true. Well, guys, with that being said, that's a good solid 9 minutes of coffee. It's time to jump into some crypto. I'm throwing it over to Tshroom for our market pulse this morning. Take it away, T of Tshroom.
Let's do it. Well, Smay, if you could go over to my screen.
Be my pleasure.
I've got the Fear and Greed Index here pulled up just for you. Right now, we're rocking out at 41 on that index, which is fearful, which is still fearful. So, and we plan to probably be in that fear zone for a little while, but it's way better than last month when we were in extreme fear, right? So we've been able to pull out of that and move forward. I want to check in on this Akala dollar because, man, it's crazy. If you see it did 10,000% in like one day. We missed out on that. But if you look at it, it has actually gone down. It's been going down. So yeah, you missed out on this giant lurch forward here, but you haven't missed out since then. So I just wanted to point that out. That was on CoinGecko.com. But going over to CoinMarketCap, I actually wanted to point out some market cap news. Got a little sneaking up on XRP from Cardano, really sneaking up here. Only about 100,000, less than 100,000 away from XRP. So really sneaking up, getting very close there. And also, if you look at how far Solana has fallen. So keep in mind, this is Cardano here, Solana down here. Really big gap. Solana was actually ahead of Cardano not too long ago. And now we're seeing Cardano just like surge forward. Obviously, that probably has to do with the anticipation on the Vasil hard fork there. Looking at the CME futures for the federal funds rate prediction, we see that 50 basis points is still in the lead, but 75 basis points is continuing to gain steam. So it's getting neck and neck, and you could probably call this 50-50 at this point.
It's been an interesting morning. So this morning, it was at 53% for 50. So obviously then 47% for 75. It then shot up right as the show started at 60% for 50, and now it's back down to 57. So today's going to be an interesting day. I'm very interested tomorrow's show to see what this prediction is at, because it is moving on the pendulum very much so.
Absolutely. So my guess as to why it's getting closer to 50-50 is because we've got some big data coming out. The only official word we're hearing from the Fed is dropping today at 2 p.m., and that is as U.S. stocks futures edge lower, the Fed minutes become in focus. And this is just a real quick note we're going to share here. We're definitely not going to read this article because it's all analyzing U.S. equities, PU, right? No, but Federal Reserve Governor Michelle Bowman is set to speak at 9:30 a.m. The Federal Open Market Committee will issue minutes of its last meeting at 2 p.m. So she's speaking. Michelle is speaking right now, 9:30. And then we're going to get those minutes later on to see what's been on the minds of the Fed governors and the chairman himself, Mr. Jerome Powell, as they've been surging forward and thinking about how to issue that rate hike in September 19th. But moving on, we've got some fun sports news. Houston Texans earn the title for the first NFL team to accept crypto for single game suites. So this is pretty cool. It looks like you're going to be able to use some NFTs to your advantage here if you're a Texans fan. The partnership will allow fans to use the cryptocurrency for payments to purchase single game suites. The Houston Texans also earned the title of being the first NFL team to sell a suite through crypto payments. So again, really cool stuff here. And, this article goes on to talk about more sports that could follow. We've got the big FIFA World Cup coming up. But Tim, how cool is this? The Texans getting into the crypto game and earning that title.
I'm a big fan of this move. For one of two reasons. I'm a sports fan. But here's, for anyone who's out there is like, oh, come on, stop talking about sports. We hate sports. Don't engage about sports. That's completely fine. You don't have to love sports the way I love them. What I will tell you, though, is that the sports world has a lot of money. So you should pay attention to headlines when these big teams start adopting crypto, because that's good for you if you hold Bitcoin. That's good for you if you want crypto to go up. When the sports world gets involved, I think the number we're looking at this last year, only, was it 20% of people in the United States have had some form of exposure to crypto, and probably the majority of that is NFTs in one way or another. And then it's like only 7% of the United States citizens are invested in Bitcoin. Guess what will get that number to skyrocket? If you can get sports fans to get going. So we got Crypto.com putting their name on basketball arenas. They're sponsoring the World Cup. We got football teams now adopting crypto. You got basketball teams that are already using Dogecoin, I think is one of them that you can purchase. Yeah, one way or another. As the athletic world picks up on crypto, watch crypto adoption skyrocket. So anyone who's like, why do I care about sports? That's why you should care about sports. It means more money. It means your account will go up in your holding because more people are pumping that price.
Well, I mean, to take that a step further, I genuinely believe the way that crypto gets in the minds of the majority is through recreation, guys. The fact of the matter is, like, a lot of people are a lot more tuned into their entertainment than they are their finance, right? So what I think what's really important here is, yes, crypto busting into the sports world. NFTs, I think, is a valuable part of crypto adoption because it is a sneaky way to get people into the trend, right? Into the trend, into the recreation, into the style of it. And then, now they have to start transacting with Ethereum or Cardano or whatever the NFT is based on. So I think this is really important. Getting crypto adoption, going through sports, going through gaming, going through all these recreational activities, these things that people are already interacting with daily, and getting people used to using blockchain, right? Because if the more people can get used to transacting with NFTs, transferring NFTs around, that's going to get them into the space of DeFi, which is going to make the financial switch a lot more palatable. So that's just my thoughts on that. Back to you, Tim.
Mike Markle made a great point. Why is the picture of J.J. Watt? He hasn't played for the Houston Texans in like 3 seasons. He's at Arizona Cardinals. Good catch there, Mike.
Yeah, probably because the person who wrote that article doesn't have any knowledge of sports.
That was a crypto person.
Because they're a
that wrote
silly
that article.
goose, maybe?
Well, we can keep moving on. It was good story. Good story. We'll keep you guys updated on what's happening in the sports world with crypto. But.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I did see a comment from Thunderheart Gaming. Said, don't forget the bill yesterday that passed in the USA to help lower debt. We covered that last week, but it's also not necessarily going to actually accomplish what it's setting out to do. But it has turned out really, really well for solar companies. So if you go to my screen, Smay, you can see that since August, that this is a solar ETF. So back to U.S. equities, and this solar ETF has done really, really, really well. It's up 24%, and it's coming down now, but so is the rest of the S&P, so is the rest of the stock market. But so that bill, it's a kind of a big deal, but it's supposed to lower inflation, but it's not going to do that until about year 5 is what experts are thinking. Expert economists in the U.S. are thinking. Moving on and back to crypto. Ethereum Foundation addresses misconceptions around gas fees in the new merge update. So there's been some misinformation, there's been some confusion out there in the world, and we want to clean it up. We want to help you guys out because we actually do understand this pretty well. So gas fees will not be lower with this merge in September, guys. So according to the foundation, the merge will not reduce Ethereum gas fees because it is a change of consensus mechanism and not an expansion of network capacity. So that network capacity is going to come later on when the sharding takes place, when the sharding is merged in or forked in, however they're going to end up doing it, more than likely merged in. But that's not coming until later on, and that will very, very greatly, very significantly lower the cost and increase the throughput. But this is just a change in the consensus mechanism. Proof of stake blocks will be produced roughly 10% more frequently than on proof of work. That is a fairly insignificant change and is unlikely to be noticed by users. So why are people still hype on this merge, Tim? The reason I think is because it's going to unlock a bunch of ESG investment, ESG meaning environmental, sustainability, and governance, good governance. So it's going to unlock all this money that has like moral and ethical kind of limitations, and it has not been able to pour into Ethereum yet or Bitcoin because of the proof of work aspect of it that has maybe some potential negative environmental and sustainability implications to it. But once those are removed and Ethereum transitions to proof of stake, then all that ESG money can come in. So we shall see what happens there. But Tim, what do you think? And why are people so hype on the Ethereum merge?
Well, first of all, I'm going to start ESG. If you guys have done research on ESG, I'm not a big fan of ESG ratings. I think that's a bunch of crap. But we're going to keep it positive. This is what we talked about, and I still think long term, as Tshroom was getting into there, Ethereum is going to do great things. But this is what I was talking about last week when I said I don't think September 19th you're going to see this explosion because Ethereum all of a sudden became this just ridiculous new product. No, the whole thing that's successful is they're transitioning from proof of work to proof of stake. That's a big step. That's a big, big, big step. But confirming the gas fees are not going to get any better. They're not going to come up with this brand new technology that all of a sudden makes everything cheaper and faster and easier. That's why Matic, Polygon Matic will continue to be a good project to invest in. And that's why Ethereum's not going to just take off and just light a fire underneath it and surpass Bitcoin by the end of the year, because there are still some things that team has to develop, down the road. So this is why I talked about the current price uptick. I know it's falling right now, but that jump up to $2,000 was more hype than fundamental updates. Don't get me wrong, those fundamental updates are coming. You just got to continue to wait for those. Those aren't what's being announced on September 19th.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's a good take, Tim. But we want to move right on along, and we already mentioned them, but this is a story about crypto.com, and it's a little bit of a negative one. So second layoff round at crypto.com, worse than the June cuts, some of the sources are saying. So let's dive in. In June, Singapore-based crypto exchange crypto.com laid off 260 employees, or 5% of its workforce, citing the crypto bear market. So you never want to see layoffs, especially in the crypto space. But the and also there was this someone who purports to be an employee from posting on Glassdoor, which is it's kind of like Indeed. It's like a place where you can find jobs. But they said that the company is hiding the fact that they've laid off more than 1,000 employees, even though they've officially announced laying off 260, wrote a self-described current Crypto.com employee on July 10th. And this is a quote from that anonymous person, they've removed the company directory so we can't see the numbers going down. It's not good for morale to see that 1/3 of the invitation list on your next meeting is disabled accounts. So yeah, that would be discouraging. And you know, I tend to believe that this is actually a legitimate source, but we don't want to sit here and bash crypto.com. They've done a lot of good publicity for the space. And also their Crow token is good tokenomics behind it. But we were just trying to just show that, hey, you know, a couple days ago we had the HODL crypto lender that they're kind of continuing to announce that things are not looking good over there. And, you know, so there's kind of this continuation of the crypto lending space kind of continuing to go under. And also with the potential looming recession, or are we in the recession? You know, the negative economic environment is also producing continued layoffs. And so crypto.com is showing that it's not immune to those layoffs here. But let's look at some more positive stuff as we continue on in through our market pool. Let's get that cute little Shiba Inu right there, bringing us back to positivity land. And the headline here is, come on, CoinDesk header. Come on. Oh. It doesn't. There we go. Dogecoin jumps as Doge chain gains traction among retail crypto traders. Before I go any further, I just do want to say I do not hold Dogecoin. I do trade it from time to time just for the laughs and the giggles, but it's not necessarily something that I'm sold on as a long-term investment. It does have inflationary aspects built into its tokenomics, so it's not something I'm convinced yet. But hey, Elon Musk is really big on it. Let's read more. Dogecoin prices have surged this week following retail investment in Polygon edge-based network Doge Chain, a bridge that allows traders to convert Dogecoin to Doge, wrap Doge, and allows them to use tokens and non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and products built on the network. So they've built a bridge. And something is, they've kind of expanded their use case here, Dogecoin has, with this new bridge. Part of the price movement in Dogecoin has arisen from user demand for Doge tokens, which are used for bridging over to Doge Chain. Doge Chain, which touts itself as a layer 2 for Dogecoin, uses Dogecoin as the platform's base trading token and as payment for the network fees. Doge Chain is also set to airdrop its own DC token to users of the platform. Its site shows the Doge Chain team is preparing to airdrop millions of DC tokens to the Doge community, developers say. I can only imagine that that's speculation. At this point, that's not 100% fact, but you know, sometimes you can go with it and you might be rewarded. Some crypto Twitter users have speculated that users who bridge their Dogecoin to Doge Chain will be recipients of this airdrop. This has further increased short-term demand for Dogecoin. So folks hopping on the Dogecoin train, and we can take a look here at Dogecoin. That is up 16.34% in the last 7 days, so doing pretty well there. But hey, take a look at SHIB, up 28.27%. This morning it was up 30%, so it's coming down a little bit. But that's really, really impressive. I think it's actually at the top of the charts on the 7-day. So overall, though, good news for the meme coins. Again, we aren't super big. We're not a channel that's like super big into meme coins. But hey, they are in the crypto space, and they've done a lot for publicity to get people in. And if you're watching this show, more than likely you've probably dabbled in the meme coins and maybe hold a few in your bag. Tim, I want to get your thoughts on this. Is this bullishness in Doge something that you welcome? Do you think that it's going to get people in and they're going to lose money, or do you think it's kind of just it's whatever, it's just fun?
Here's the thing. I'm not going to change my opinion on the fundamentals of Dogecoin, I still don't think they're that strong. Same thing with SHIB Inu. I know SHIB Inu is trying to accomplish a lot. I still don't think they're that strong. But here's what I'm going to say. New show, new Tim, new outlook, positivity. I believe there's a place in this world for meme coins. And you want to know why? Because this world is so serious and so hard sometimes that sometimes people just need a release. They need, when people go after Dogecoin, it was created as a joke, it was a meme coin. It was a joke. But then it caught wind because it was easy to adopt. You got the Dallas Mavericks. You can purchase Dallas Mavericks stuff with Dogecoin. There's other companies, other projects. You can actually use Dogecoin. I think you at this point you can buy a Tesla with Dogecoin.
I don't know if that's current.
I think it is. Someone fact check me. But my point is, people want that entertaining side. They want that fun. Let's just have fun with this side. And so it's one of those things. We can argue about fundamentals all day long. Is Dogecoin going to surpass those of like Ethereum and Cardano? No, it's not going to surpass those. That's not going to happen. But can it still stay large, and can it be a use case in the crypto world to have a lot of fun and to potentially be used for little exchanges here and there? I think so. So anyone who's interested in Dogecoin, don't give up hope. I think that I'm going to put this as nice as possible. I think there's room for jokes in the crypto space. They are jokes, but that doesn't mean they can't hold value. So that's my take on that one.
Absolutely.
I like that take, Tim. And it's a new Tim.
Yeah.
It's a new Tim. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. If you go over to my screen, you can see Tesla.com. This is the real deal. No joking around. Tesla.com support/Dogecoin, and you can still buy. So it's giving guidance on how
they're not letting you buy in Bitcoin right now, but you can buy in Dogecoin.
Yeah, nice. And I think they might actually have what we'll see. But so I also wanted to bring this to your attention, and this is how we'll round out the market pulse here. But be keeping an eye. This is the next big data that's coming out. We also have the unemployment data, which is also coming out. But this is the next inflation data, I should say. It's September 13th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. That's going to be pretty big. That is going to give guidance to the Fed as to what to do next with their hiking or lowering in September 21st with their big Fed print. Now, keeping in tune with that, the biggest news of the day obviously is going to be those Fed minutes that are going to be dropping, as we discussed. And the market right now is not thinking that they're going to be favorable minutes, but we shall see. And those drop at 2 o'clock. Tim, we are done with the market pulse, baby.
Boom.
Let's move on.
Little long, I'm not gonna lie. So we'll adjust that as the show goes on. But we still got some TA. So anyone who's asking about TA, we're running a little bit behind. But you know what? Let's not stress out. We're gonna have some fun. Let me go over my charts. We're gonna start off with Bitcoin. So we talked about this. It's a little up from what we were talking about this morning, because I think we did see it drop below that 23,400. Just back up above it, 405, 412. Just updated here. Couple points we want to look at here. First of all, this is what is significant. I'm on the 4-hourly chart right now. We did break through that support level of a rising wedge. Now, this was something, the reason we held out for so long, I'm going to start by just kind of setting this up for you guys really cleanly. Rising wedges are bearish. They do usually break bearish. Why was I a little optimistic that potentially we would avoid breaking bearish out of the rising wedge? Is because when you're looking at other rising and falling wedges that we've had over the rest of this bear market, there's been several times where the price ends up breaking the opposite direction. This does not look like it's going to be that case, although I'm not expecting us to have a massive fall, and I'm going to show you guys why. Let me start by pulling up the VRVP. We call it VPVR sometimes too, but my thing says VRVP. Same thing, not really different. The VRVP is showing that this level right here is going to be the first level of support we're going to keep on. Like right now, we're kind of sitting in this little crevice right here. You guys are seeing that pocket between the zone of around 23,700, and then we're going to kind of come down to this peak right here about 23,200. And so that's the first level. I think 23,200 is going to be the first level to watch for maybe some strength. And then that fat amount of volume where a lot of people have gotten in, that's what the volume profile is measuring, it goes all the way down to about 22,800. If we drop below 22,800, I think that then potentially there is a good case that we're going to be going almost all the way down. This secondary secondary momentum wave might be coming to an end, and that the end of this little little fake out, this bull trap, and we're coming back down, the dead cat bounce. There's so many names for it. And maybe we're going to start going back down to around 21,000 that we've talked about in the past before we can kind of slow down and kind of recuperate. What do I mean when I say secondary trend? Real quick, for anyone who might be newer to TA or is just joining the channel, I want to just make sure you guys understand there's things to be watching. Right now, the primary trend, let me turn off my VRVP. It's not helping me out right now. It's actually kind of just getting in the visual way. It was the visual profile. Right now, the primary trend ever since back here in November is definitely bearish. So our primary trend in the market is bearish. When you zoom in though, this is what we're talking about, secondary trend. And we're going to make sure I'm talking about secondary and tertiary. Right now, we are currently in, and it has not broken until we drop below 22,000, I would say about 650, honestly. We are still in a secondary trend bullish wave. So ever since back here in June, we're heading up. So primary trend, bearish. Secondary trend, right now, it is bullish. And remember that saying, the trend is your friend until it ends. What we are in right now, though, so this one I'm going to have to go into a closer chart. What we are in right now is, I don't want to draw on the screen, so excuse me, guys. We're in a tertiary downtrend. What is a tertiary downtrend? That's this right here. So this price action right here, we are in a primary bear trend, secondary bull trend, and a tertiary bear trend. So just remember that. So right now, when you're looking at the rest of the day, we need to see some confirmation signals saying that this tertiary bear trend is going to end and we're going to be able to go back up. What we're looking for, though, is don't give up hope for over the next week or so, because right now, over the last couple of months, it is still in a bullish trend. Keep an eye on this support level, according to the VRVP, VPVR, whatever you want to call it. Keep an eye on those levels. If we cannot hold them, now it is time to potentially say, are we going down to 21,000, maybe even worse, down to 20,000? And then those numbers, again, I still think it's too soon, but those who are calling for an $11,000 price prediction, you start to entertain those arguments once again, but right now is not necessarily the time to freak out about that. And a lot of this is going to have to do with what comes out this afternoon from the Fed, so keep your eyes on what's happening there. But let's look at a couple other things. You guys know we love our Lux Algo here at the Coffee and Crypto channel. It's so good to say that. It's fun. Right now, we did not actually, on the daily chart, we're in a buy zone. We never had a green trend catcher, so that's going to be interesting. Are we potentially coming back down towards that trend catcher? But we have a buy signal or a take profit order way up here at about $26,000 at the minimum. We have not hit it. And I'm telling you right now, we don't have to. There's nothing about Lux Algo. Lux Algo, just like any other tool, is not a perfect tool, but it has been pretty dead on with these take profit and stop loss zones. The fact that we did not get up there and touch that, I think, is a little confusing. And so I'm going to raise you one. I know a lot of people are saying, Tim, this was a little dead cat bounce. This was a bull trap. I'm going to raise you one more. Is this potentially a tertiary bear trap? Is there some speculative information coming out right now about Bitcoin that is setting the price down for now, but in all reality, we're going to set another, even though we're broke through this level of support, are we going to set another higher low and then rally back up, potentially getting above this golden pocket right here? I made it golden for you guys today, sitting at about 25,400 to about 25,800. Are we get to that zone and maybe go a little above it, take that take profit, and then go back down? Because I think we are going back down. Or are we going to do, are we just going to go down right now? What I'm looking at on the chart as well, there technically is some weak bearish RSI divergence on the daily chart. Those of you who are in Club DeFi have been to those office hours with me, which have been phenomenal. You guys know what I'm talking about here. There's a flat level of tops for our RSI, whereas the peaks are increasing, excuse me. That is bearish. That could send us back down. But you guys can see it starting right here on the daily chart. We need to see candle bodies close, but are we setting up bullish RSI divergence on that 4-hourly chart? Kind of confirming what I was talking about there is this potentially a tertiary little bear trap where right now, yes, the candles are still active, so I can't call this bearish RSI divergence yet. But as long as we stay above this level right here at 22,800, the bottom of this little volume profile pocket, look at these peaks. At the moment, let's say we were to close right now, this is still an uptick in price action, and in the same timeline, this is a downtick in RSI action, even if we closed on it right now. So keep your eyes on that. There are things on the chart saying bearish for Bitcoin, but there's also things saying potentially we're seeing a reversal coming, that this is a little bear fake out. Keep your eyes on what's happening on those charts over the next couple of days. Let's go switch over to Ethereum because Ethereum is dropping as well. Now, I talked about this the other day, and I want to remind you guys, before I jump onto these charts, you can go to my screen real quick, Smay, just so I can...
I've been on your screen, homie.
Well, not my screen, sorry, just on me, just
okay.
me. Ethereum, I'm going to show you guys here in just a second, is a little overextended. You know, that what we talked about in market pulls. A lot of people are expecting ETH 2.0, that merge, to come out, and then it's going to like take over the world. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen those articles. There's been articles like Ethereum is about to change the entire game. We're going to have it surpass Bitcoin by the end of... Slow down. Go back to my screen real quick. Here's May.
I'm going to go back to your screen.
Remember what I talked about with primary, secondary, tertiary trends? Let's go out to the daily chart. Take out my RSI. This is a secondary bull trend. What we would need to surpass for this to potentially be an Ethereum primary bull trend is this price right here around 21,400. Why? Because this is the peak of a little level we had back here in May. If we can get over that peak, I think that you could potentially make an argument for Ethereum flipping into a bull trend on the primary basis. Right now, though, it rejected below it. It rejected right here at this same peak we had back on May 30th, rejected at the same level, coming back down at 2,000. I think that Ethereum got a little bit overhyped with the ETH 2.0 merge. And don't get me wrong, Ethereum is going to be great. I'm not saying anyone else is going to pass it. I believe it is king of altcoins. It might even someday surpass Bitcoin on the complete market cap spectrum. But for right now, it had a little too much hype going on it, and it's time to cool down. I told you I was going to show you why I think that Ethereum is going to potentially begin losing its pace on Bitcoin and Cardano that it has been outpacing here for a while. So let's start with the ETH over Bitcoin chart. This has been great. Look at this. Since July 13th, that's over a month now, it has been on a tear compared to Bitcoin. You guys notice that red line I'm drawing right there? See those last couple days with red candles? That's bearish RSI divergence. That's strong bearish RSI divergence. This is a secondary bull trend that has strong bearish RSI divergence, implying, hey guys, when you're comparing Ethereum and Bitcoin, Ethereum's been outpacing it now for over a month, and it might be time for Ethereum to cool off, and it's not going to be outpacing Bitcoin anymore. Even more so, I talked about Cardano. I think Cardano has been a little, it hasn't gotten overextended. It's actually been a little suppressed. Let me show you what ADA over Ethereum looks like. Ever since here, back in June, Ethereum has been outpacing Cardano. This is Cardano over Ethereum. That's why the price is going down. Look at these lows. We're setting lower lows, but look how we've rallied over the last couple of days, and look at the RSI. This is a secondary. Yeah, this is that's secondary. Okay, this is a secondary with a primary bear trend. This is a secondary bear trend. Ever since back here, we've had, which I'll show you the top. Ever since back here in August of 2021, Cardano over Ethereum's actually been in a primary bear trend. This is a secondary bear trend, but we got that strong bearish RSI divergence where the bottoms are getting lower on the price, but the RSI bottoms are increasing. My point here, I think that over the next couple of weeks, what we're going to see is probably them move similarly. Like you're going to see days where they have the same colored candle. You're going to see days where Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Cardano all have green candles. Here's going to be the difference. The Cardano candle is going to have an increase of 5%. The Bitcoin is going to have an increase of like 3%. And Ethereum, maybe only 2 or 1. And then there's going to be red days where the candle turns red. That happens. Even in bull trends, you have red candles. The difference is the Cardano candle is going to be like 2%. The Bitcoin is going to be like 3 or 4%. And Ethereum is going to be more like 5, 6, 7%. It's just time for Ethereum to cool off. That is part of a healthy market that when you get a little too overhyped, come back down to earth, recuperate, and wait for the fundamentals to actually sit there and get the price to go back up. I'm not saying new hype can't come into the space, but if you're relying on the ETH 2.0 merge launch to skyrocket the price of Ethereum, that I think is over. We're going to need to wait for fundamentals to be increased. We're going to need to wait for potentially some new hype to come into the space. But that hype of September 19th, the price has kind of been baked in at that point. I know that is my opinion, but when I'm looking at the charts, that is what I'm seeing. You can go off my screen. That's what we have for our TA today. But let me know what you think, not only in the chat during the live section, but in the comment section down below. Do you agree with that take that we're going to see Cardano and Bitcoin outpace Ethereum, or do you believe Ethereum is going to continue its tear as the leading top coin up there in the crypto space? Let's go ahead. I know we have one more sponsor, but then we're going to get into some super chats and we're going to engage with you guys a little bit for the rest of the show for the last 20 minutes. So make sure you guys are asking questions. Make sure you guys are giving everything to engage with us. Take it away, oh Smay.
Gee whiz. Guys, I got to show you something. You ready? I'm going to show you something with my new ability to stand. I'm going to give you an example of what a regular traditional domain is like. You ready? Oh no! I actually unplugged my headphones.
It's so stoppable.
So,
it unplugged your headphones.
Yeah. Just so if you guys didn't get the example, I was stopped by this wall because I was a traditional .com, .net. You know why I was stopped? You know why I was stopped? Because I was stopped because of the fact that you have to rent me? Oh, gross. That's horrible. Imagine if you just bought your domain and owned it. Well, guys, we're heading into what was I trying to say? We're heading into the world of Web3, of DeFi, guys.
We're there, baby.
We're there. We're getting there, baby. So why would we use traditional domains? Oh, and rent things? That's horrifying. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Go check out Unstoppable Domains, link in description. It is basically an NFT version of a domain that is custom built, ready to brave the Club DeFi, the DeFi and Web3 world. So guys, I'm telling you, Tim, let me ask you something. Real quick. Tim,
Yeah, what do you? Yeah, I'm here. I'm answering. I can't see you, but I'm answering.
what's easier, to walk down the street and send some crypto to 510 ZB7617 or Smay.eth?
Was the first code your personal wallet?
It could have been.
Did you just out your wallet?
Maybe I did.
Wow.
All right, but I'm asking you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the question. It's definitely easier just to go to smay.eth.
Okay, so guys, if that didn't get you want to get Unstoppable Domains, I don't know what will. So go ahead, check out link in the description, Unstoppable Domains. Anyways, now what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, we're gonna transition into some chat.
We're gonna transition into some super chats. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach down over here. I'm gonna grab my laptop and I'm gonna read some chats here. So here we have from Mike Markle. He gifted 5 lucky crypto Coffee and Crypto fans. He gifted memberships. Woo! 5 memberships. Next we have here from Tom Wilkes. He says, "Can only stay a minute, but wanted to send my regards and support for the team. Love you guys."
Man, I mean, he was in chat here for a little bit. You guys, when you see Tom Wilkes in chat, that's a special day. We love Tom Wilkes here. He is amazing, not just in the chat, like getting to meet him in person, which is something I'm looking forward to. All the rest of you guys, meeting you guys in person. It is one of my favorite things when we go to these conferences is seeing you guys. So look forward to that in the future. But shout out to Tom Wilkes. I know he's not here anymore. He told us to let him know if we speak any trash on him, but I ain't got no trash for Tom Wilkes. He's a good dude.
I love Tom Wilkes.
Love me some Tom.
Next we have from Elliot Locke says, "Watching the U.S. primaries, I'm researching the winners and finding the crypto friends. Yeah. I saw several saying they want the government to be hands off with crypto. How much hands off can the government be and crypto still be adopted?" That's a good question, Tim. Answer that.
I think it's something interesting. This is a crypto channel, and we're not gonna ever give you guys political takes like you have to vote the way we think we should vote. Here's what I will say. I will be hesitant to vote for people solely on the basis of their pro-crypto. The same way I don't think you should vote for any candidate because of one policy. I think you should take into account everything they have to hold. I think crypto is really big and it's really up there. That is one thing I'm looking at. But I would say I would discourage people from choosing candidates solely because they're pro-crypto. If their other policies are things that do not go align with your core values as a person and what you believe a person in politics should do, don't sacrifice everything else just for crypto. The whole point of FinSov and using crypto is a tool for FinSov, for financial sovereignty, for freedom. I don't want financial sovereignty in the sense of I get crypto, but then everything else in my life becomes traumatic. So just my advice, I'm not telling you to vote for anyone specifically. What I'm saying is consider not just voting on people on one policy issues. Try to take them into account with everything they do.
That's a very wise answer. That's all our super chats though. So
yeah, so let's go to chat here real quick. Let's look at what's happening in chat and engage with you guys. Because here's the thing, we had like 10 minutes of coffee, got 30 minutes of crypto. Now it's a nice blend. We get some crypto and coffee in here, answering your questions, but we're gonna have a little bit of fun with the rest of this.
I see one. Tshroom said like the video. What's that guy talking about?
Whoa!
That's some craziness.
That is a good comment. Yeah, we got almost 1,000 people. I saw we had like 1,100 people in here. This is great. Thank you guys so much for your support. But we got less than 400 likes.
I guess what I can do real quick is I can give you guys some advice. Here's some good advice for you guys. first and foremost, hit the like button. If you're not hitting the like button, what are you even doing? You know what I mean? This is a new era. You got to be one of the first people to like the new era. All right, that's a first advice. Second advice. This is just a pro crypto tip. If you're not using a cold wallet, use a cold wallet. Ledger is our preferred cold wallet solution. Link in the description. Check out Ledger. I'm telling you guys, you definitely want to have a cold wallet. I have a cold wallet. Tshroom, you have a cold wallet?
Oh yeah.
And Tim has a cold wallet, I'm sure.
Do.
Yeah. So
I do.
That's how you guys get secure and ready for the crypto space. Just wanted to plug that in there.
And mine's colder than yours because I keep mine in the freezer. Way colder. Yeah. But we had a comment here that I thought was pretty interesting. Blaine Grewman, 2 N's at the end, said, excited to be here for the first show. You need to pick one, VPBR or BRPB. Y'all keep saying both every time. LOL, it's like Meta, parent company of Facebook. Love you guys.
So VPVR, if I pronounce it with a B, I'm sorry. VPVR is volume profile visible range.
And they just changed
VRVP is visible range volume profile. It's the same thing, just the way whoever put those tools into TradingView, they made one tool and called it VRVP and then made the other one and said VPVR. It's the same thing. It just is a different order of letters. So yeah, if you have an account, if you have TradingView and you use a VPVR tool, you're gonna find the same thing that I'm looking at with the VRVP. It's all good. I saw some other comments. We asked about what people thought were. I saw multiple people talking about they agreed with us that Ethereum might be a little overhyped right now and it might take a couple years. Maybe they're going to surpass Bitcoin, but it's going to take a couple of years. So again, if you have not left your thought already, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and reasons as to why you think Ethereum, A, is overhyped or not overhyped, and B, how long will it take or could it ever surpass Bitcoin? I was talking with, while we're waiting on this comments, I was talking with Matt C last night. So shouting out some of our members. Matt C is the GOAT. He sent me a screenshot. He's like, hey, I just bought this domain. I think it was like UCLA football .crypto or something.
Really?
Yeah, he bought it. And I was like, are you going to use that like later and you're going to sell it to teams? Like, man, I don't know, maybe. And I was like, dude, that's a great idea. While all these like big companies and big sports teams and all these, they're not in. Could you imagine if you had like Alabama football .crypto? Or Texas crypto, or Texas football .crypto, or and then you put anything else down the road, they're gonna want those domains. Like that is something that down the road you could easily sell for some cash. Well, and it's like I was sitting there last night, I was like, holy crap! Like that's actually a phenomenal thought. Is going and trying to find some of these bigger companies that have not gotten into the crypto world and buying the domains. Because they don't want to work around. Like no big company, like Alabama football team is not gonna get like Alabama football _3 .crypto. Yeah. Like they're going to want their domain. So it's just an interesting thought. Yeah.
No, I mean, guys, there's a guy who bought business.crypto and sold it for 39 ETH. Yeah. So, I mean, that's one of the biggest value proposition. I mean, I make all the jokes about unstoppable versus stoppable, whatever. But really, one of the big things right now is that you're so early. We're talking about it so early, which means you guys can go and buy these domains, like Tim just said. Buy up domains for, I mean, football teams is one, but you can even buy up like business names, like Apple. You could buy, I'm sure Apple's probably already taken, but you just buy up these business names of big businesses or social media profiles or names or whatever, and then you can buy those up. And then just like in the original .com, when everyone was in the gold rush of the original domains, you can do the exact same thing with crypto, and you're early, which means you're more likely to get a more valuable domain, and then you can sell that back to a company later. So now's the time to do it. So anyways, back to you, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple comments here. Eric M's said that Musk paid $75,000 for Tesla's name. Yeah. In reality, that is so cheap. Holy crap. But I would love $75,000.
Yeah.
That'd be very nice. Alan Carey said, Tim, domain squatting is an old revenue stream. LOL. Well, guess what?
Well, it's new. It's back. It's back in fashion.
And then Crypto Mini Bike said, shh, Tim, there's already some of us doing this.
Saying,
take back everything I said.
Yeah,
it's
guys,
not a great idea.
Blink.
It's not a good idea. Just
no, we believe in FinSoft for everybody. So guys, go gold rush to unstoppable domains. It's gonna happen. But don't buy Smay.
Travel Tim right here said, could they sue you for using their name though? No, because if you go and buy that domain in the crypto space, why do they have the right to?
Yeah, it's decentralized.
Yeah, they don't have the right to that.
No, sir.
There was so Elliot Locke. So Elliot Locke was the one I think that gave the super chat. And we did have another super chat come in, but I wanted to follow up with him. He left a comment here saying, awesome answer, and I agree. I was asking, give your thoughts on how much hands-off the government can be and crypto still get adopted. Sorry if it wasn't clear, brother. Good take. How hands-off will the government be and still get adopted? Well, first of all, if they're hands off, it will get adopted. Crypto is an unstoppable train, like unstoppable domains. And it's one of those things that the only thing that can slow it down is the government putting its hands on it. But it's not going to stop it. Like, let's get all the way to the worst of the worst. Let's say governments start banning crypto, aka what China does every 2 months. That has not stopped crypto. It can slow it down a little bit. It can make the price depreciate for a couple of days, but crypto is an unstoppable train that is going to take over, and it has to do with kind of just like the laws of economics. This is one of the reasons why I love that book by Safedin Amos, The Bitcoin Standard, because he talks about how worlds move, how economy moves. The whole point of currency is to make sure that we have a trusted value to exchange goods. And governments can get their hands on things, and they can try to manipulate it and control it. But when you have solid money, it has success. Now, here's the problem. What was the most solid money in the history of this world? Gold. Mm-hmm. What was gold's problem? Because gold had one problem. Gold's problem is that it was tangible and that you could actually manipulate it physically. The Romans would literally clip the coins, but then still give them to the people and say, these are, hey, take this as it is. It's the same thing. But they're devaluing the money. It was something that the governments did. We only, what is this? Not even 100 years ago, the government decided, let's stop backing our money with gold, right? Mm-hmm. That did not make gold depreciate in value.
1971. Well,
that's when America officially went off. The rest of the country started right during World War II. Guys, fact check me on that one. But it was because they wanted to fund the war. Maybe it was World War I. I don't know. It was because of war. They wanted to fund the war. So it's like, hey, we can't do this when we have rules and restrictions on our money. Why don't we just all unpeg our money from gold? But that's only 100 years ago. And guess what? We're already moving back less than 100 years since the world currencies stopped backing their money with gold. They're having economic problems out the wazoo. We just saw France have historically high inflation. Spain, historically high inflation. I saw this morning the UK had historically high inflation. These currencies around the world are getting obliterated. And Bitcoin is here. But guess what Bitcoin can do that gold couldn't? It is not tangible, so you can't get your hands on it and kill it. It's so cool because we as the little guys, the everyday person that just gets a vote, and that's all I get if I'm lucky, if I live in a country where I get the right to vote, I can help control what currency looks like in the future because it has to abide by the laws, and because Bitcoin is digital and not physical, it's actually what makes it a more powerful currency. So to all those people out there is like, what is a Bitcoin? I don't know if it has value. I can't touch it. I can't do anything with it. It's not tangible. No, that's actually what makes it stronger and makes it a better form of currency to save ourselves from this currency woes we've had now for a little under 100 years.
Drop.
Well, I real quick to answer the question, because I love what you just said. But I actually think what's interesting is the scenario, kind of what he was proposing. He says, is government adoption going to determine the speed at which crypto gets adopted? And I think one of my thoughts is, I think what it will do is I think it will delay institutional adoption. And I think it will delay it seeing it as like that store value investment that a lot of institutions are going to trade. But I actually think exactly what you kind of hinted at, Tim. I think what is going to happen is I think that's kind of the dial is more government adoption means it's going to be kind of plugged in more in traditional finance versus I think less government adoption means it's going to start grassroots a lot more, which means it's going to go from business to business as more of a currency rather than just a store of value. I think that's kind of the dial that my mind goes to.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is that with regulations coming, and at this point we just go ahead. We need the regulation.
Yeah.
But if they get there, once they have that regulation put in place, where the CFTC is kind of more running the ship than the SEC, and that looks like it's very much coming true. And then the government says, all right, now let's take our hands off of it. That adoption will happen very quickly. If they try to still stay muddled in and always are giving their takes on what should happen, it'll slow down adoption, but it won't stop it completely.
Yeah.
But we had a couple other super chats, and then we're going to do, we didn't do HODL Trophy yesterday because it was Jebb's last day, but we're going to do our HODL Trophy predictions today.
Yes, okay. Now let's go ahead and read another super chat. So we have thoughts on Gala. The new Mirandus playtest and preview looks amazing. Don't want to get my hopes up, but it looks like a legit MMO RPG.
So I have pulled up everything to preview that. So if you'll go over to my screen, Smay, I am really impressed by the art of this. And actually, we have somebody on our team who's a big Gala guy. That would be Greg. He's pretty big into Gala. He likes it. Yeah, well, he's a big Gala guy, exactly. So this is Mirandus. This is the first I'm seeing of it, but the art looks pretty cool.
That is cool art.
And also, I think Smay would be interested in it because it's got the elf, halfling, orcs, dwarves, humans, kind of reminiscent of a Middle Earth land that we all know and love, or many of us. And look at this little spin wheel thing over here. That's just
Are those NFTs?
Probably, yeah. That's what it looks like. Looks like a little deed there, so you can own a little bit of that digital real estate.
The art looks dope.
Yeah, the art's good. I mean, they've got these pictures of some different shots of the different cool little totems going on there.
Nice.
Really good art though.
Can I give a little bit of just like a thing about these blockchain games though, real quick? But real quick, I would like to say the art looks amazing. But do not judge the project by its art, because what other project had really good concept art that made everyone blow their minds?
China.
Okay, no. Was it Star Atlas? Is that what it was called? It was the one on Luna, or not Luna? Definitely not Luna. Solana.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Tim?
No.
You remember the one?
You're solo on this one, bud.
All right. Anyways,
this one's all you.
There was a project being developed on Solana. I think it was like Star Atlas or something. It was like this. They had this giant concept art. It was really good. And where is that? It's crickets now. So that's one thing I would like to word of caution. And this happens in the gaming industry all the time. And the reason I'm saying this is because a lot of you guys probably don't have much of that gaming industry insight. A lot of you guys are looking at Gala and all these other things as an investment, right? So so it's like, don't be just manipulated by their really good marketing and concept art. You want to actually really get into the nitty gritty, see how that game plays, and see if people are interested in that game. And if there's actually people playing the game, then maybe there's an investment opportunity. But also, if you just like the game, play the game, But that was my. I just wanted to give that word of caution real quick.
You might have been thinking of something else, Mate, because I'm going on Star Atlas, their Twitter, and they have 500 likes on a post from the 15th, and they currently have 315,000 followers.
Well, I think that is Star Atlas is correct, but I'm saying it's a lot of it. There's nothing tangible to it. But I mean, that was from the last I heard of it, so maybe they're getting back going.
Yeah, and it was on Solana. You were correct about that.
So that was my point, is to say it's like they're going to continue to peddle this really fancy concept art. You want to see how it is physically, the game, how it goes. Are people playing it? What are the numbers? And then that can determine how good. But I'm not saying that for this. I think Gala could be a great investment, but I'm just putting that out there. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to go and transition now to our HODL Trophy predictions. So this is weird. We're doing normally on Tuesdays, but we're going to do it on Wednesday this week. And Smay, you're the reigning champion.
I am.
So you get the first prediction.
Yes.
And then I'll go second, and Tshroom will bat up cleanup.
All right.
All right.
What you got?
All right. What do I got?
By the way, in case people are wondering what we're doing, this is our HODL predictions, where we predict what we think Bitcoin is going to be at 10:55 Eastern Standard Time on Friday. This is not financial advice. Do not trade based off this. This is just us looking at charts, looking at news, and trying to compete with each other to see who can be the closest to the right answer on Friday. I'd love to see in the comment section what you guys think Bitcoin's going to look like on Friday. But, Smay, go ahead. What is your prediction?
All right. My prediction here is, well, first of all, can I get an update here? I want to get an update. What is the current to the fraction price on Bitcoin right now?
32,340.
Okay. 30. Wait, what?
Gotcha. 23.
You almost went with it.
23,350.
Well, once my brain registered it, okay, 23,000. I'm gonna say here that my price prediction for the week. Standing really makes your brain a little foggy, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm gonna say that my prediction is 24.5.
Wow.
24.5.
That's good.
Bullish.
That's good. 24.5. I'm looking at it, and I do think we're going to reverse. I think that we could be a little later than I think, though. I think that potential. This is so hard on the 4-hour chart. I'm gonna I'm gonna have a little bit of a conservative one right here. I'm gonna say 23,000 even.
23,000 even.
23,000 even.
23,000 even.
And what did you say, Smay?
24.5.
All right, I'll take the 22.
You at a low? You
Yeah,
sandwich me in there.
I'll take 22.
22,000 for Tshroom.
Actually,
23,000
I'll
for
take
me.
22.50. So 2,000, 22,500.
Okay.
Just to get a little bit more of an edge on Tim, so he doesn't have the downside.
Well, you said 22.5.
Yep.
What a
smart guy Tshroom is.
well.
He really knows how to play the game.
Well,
That
it looks
is
like
fun.
It looks like it's time to wrap it out.
Guys, it has been fun. And this show is going to continue to get better, and it's going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to find our identity. And we could not do this without each and every single last one of you guys. So thank you so much for your grace on us, your loyalty, your commitment. Please continue to support the channel. If you have not already, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single piece of content we put out. And here's a couple other announcements and ways you can support us. Like for tonight, I'm going to be on Around the Blockchain tonight over on BitBoy's channel starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come show support in the chat for that. And then, as well as all of this, I told you guys in the beginning, but re-announcing, there will be a merch giveaway on Friday. The way you enter is by being subscribed to the channel, and in the comment sections, not the chat, not the live chat, but in the comment section of today's live show and tomorrow's, tell us how you found the channel and give us a hashtag FinSolve, and you and 4 other people will have the opportunity to win some free merch. With that being said, though, guys, it's the beginning of a new era, and it's going to be bright, and it's going to be great. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.